Here's what's so empowering about setting the tone. Or more to the point, here's what's so disempowering about not setting the tone. Someone is going to set it. In any situation, someone is going to set the tone. And if it's not you in your life, if you're outsourcing for things like your value, your worth, your power, if you're handing your power away and waiting for other people to hand it back to you, you're not setting the tone. You're living your life through your ego. It's really easy and normal to do that because ego is a part of our mind, comes with any of us having a human experience have one. It speaks to us in our own voice. It gets programmed with all our childhood experiences and all our childhood traumas, so it knows us inside out. It is an aspect of us, really. It's the most unevolved aspect of us. And if we let it loose to run the show, it's always going to look outside of us for our value. Am I accepted? Am I loved? Am I worthy? Is what I'm saying appropriate? Am I allowed to have this opinion? Is it fair enough for me to feel this way? And it won't look to the inside for the answers. So this is your job. This is where you need to be the adult in the room. And my book, Set the Tone, Nothing Can Change Until You Do, will teach you how to recognize ego, how to separate yourself out from that, to recognize I am not that, and how to choose right mind or the inner guide instead, or how to move from fear to love instead, so that you're the one making these decisions, so that you're setting the tone, so that you're determining your value, you're reminding yourself of your power. You're not, there's a section in the book where I talk about that each morning when we wake up, we have a full basket of power, which we do. It's restored. It is restored to us all the time because it's an illusion that we could even lose our power. We can only ever give it away. So imagine that each morning you do wake up with a full basket of power. Now, when our thoughts start to come in, we might be losing some of that. Who are we already handing our power to just with our thoughts? Then we get out of bed, depending on how we feel about our day, depending on how we feel about our job, our work, our role in our family, how valued we are in our family, where we're living. All of those things start to come into play, and power through our beliefs about our lack of it starts to fly out of that basket. But really it's us handing it to different people. So when you're not the one setting the tone, you're flinging your power around and waiting to see what people think of you, whether people value you. You're looking to your relationships to determine who you are, to determine whether you're lovable, to determine your value and your worth. And that has to stop from inside you, because ego will spend the rest of your life waiting to feel enough when people show you that you're enough. You've got to flip that. You've got to, that whole recognizing that you are enough cannot happen while you're in ego. Ego will never feel enough. Ego is set to I'm not enough. That's what ego is. It's not evolved enough to recognize and understand who we really are. That's your job. So it's about moving beyond ego, recognizing your value, your worth, and bringing that to the situation. It's about changing your mind on how power works, where your value is set, how your value is set, and bringing that, forming your beliefs based on this new understanding, forming your beliefs not on all the old, outdated stuff that you've lived, because ego will only ever live in the past. Ego, if we use ego as our guide, we are only ever living in the past. Nothing can change, because ego will run ahead in any situation and say, I know what this means. I know exactly what this means because 5 years ago, da-da-da-da-da, and 15 years ago, da-da-da-da, and so always did that, so I know exactly what that means when you do that. And this always happened whenever I tried to express myself. This is how it was received. So I know exactly what's going to happen when I try and express myself to you. And all of this forms the lens, the beliefs that we hold, the experiences we've had, the past that we have lived, forms the lens that determines how we view our present life. And this is why nothing can change. And this is why nothing can change until you do. And this is why it's so vital that you set the tone. Remember today, if I'm not setting the tone in my life, if I'm not setting the tone, then someone else is. And I don't know about you, but there is nobody in my life that I'm willing to hand that to anymore. Much love.